Hello, welcome back. We just finally made it to Oklahoma. We got 1,100 more miles to go. I'm sorry. That's 16 hours and some change. By the time I get done driving today, we'll probably have like 5 hours left. And this trip has been so great. A lot of beautiful countryside to look at. I've had fun so far. You know, Michigan, it was a blast. And Missouri is beautiful. Indiana, that was someplace I always wanted to visit because my daddy was born there. And I wish I knew where in Indiana he was born, because I would love to go visit it. You hear me talk about my dad and my brother quite often. Most of you probably don't know them. But this is them. That's my dad and my brother. Those are the two people I miss most in this world. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about them. Probably why I have so much depression right now, I guess. I don't know. You know, I started this road trip. It was for my dad, but it was for me too. I've been so depressed for so long. I've tried to commit suicide a few times. And I didn't realize how selfish I was being, trying to kill myself. All the people that love and care about me that I didn't take in consideration. Like my sisters, my daughter, my mom, my aunts and my cousins. All people that I love very much that I took advantage of because I was in so much pain. You know, they was always there for me. My brother-in-laws and everybody, you know, they was always there, and they always had my back no matter what. And I never seen that. I was blinded by the pain. You know, all this driving, it's made me open my eyes to a lot. You know, the relationships I pushed away because I was scared to get hurt again. Because let me tell you, having your heart broke, it fucking sucks. And yes, men do hurt too. We cry too. We have feelings too. And when our heart gets broken, it hurts just as much as it does when y'all's gets broken. Maybe a little bit more. And the only reason I say that is because women are used to putting their heart in every relationship. Men don't do that. So when we do put our heart into something, it means that much. So when it does end, and it always does for some reason, we feel the pain. But it's okay. Because pain is just weakness leaving your body. At least that's what I was always taught. You know, I've seen a lot on this trip so far. And I know it's only the tip of the iceberg. It's been a great time. And there's going to be a lot of great more times to come. God forbid. I woke up this morning, I was in Missouri, I think. Pretty sure it was Missouri. And I woke up at a gas station because I drove last night till I literally couldn't keep my eyes open anymore, and I had to pull over to the first gas station I seen. I was tired. I slept for probably about 6 hours, maybe a little bit less. In the back seat of my car. Back seat right back there. Not very big, but I still did it. because this journey is that important. I would do whatever I have to do to complete this journey. That means sleeping in my car a lot. I'll just be sleeping in my car a lot. But I know it's something that I have to do, because without it, I'm never going to find inner peace. Yeah, I talked before about wanting to help people with my story. So let's get back into that. I think the last time I was talking about it, I was telling you about my dad's death. Well, let's go back a little bit further than that. Let's go back to my brother's death, the one that hurt me the most. It was December 27th, 2014, 2 days before my brother's birthday. I decided it would be a good idea to plan a surprise party for him, make him feel good. My brother, he was always a very depressed person, and I would have done anything to make him smile. So I planned this big party at his girlfriend's house. There's a lot of liquor, a lot of drinking, a lot of fun. My brother, he was pretty drunk that day. I remember playing beer pong and watching him on the couch just with his girlfriend, just as drunk as could be. But everybody that knew my brother knew that was when he done most of his drink. He was a drinker. The devil is water. I wish he would have never got on that stuff. I wish I would have never got on that stuff. But anyways, going back to the party, we was all having a good time. And I was playing liquor pong now at this point. And I told my brother, come play against me. Him being him, he was talking crap, saying he was going to kick my ass in the game. And I told him to put his money where his mouth is, to quit being a pussy and get up and let's play. We played. And most of you know I was in the military, and the military invents alcoholics. It breeds them. Well, I was pretty good at those kind of games because I did them all the time. My brother, not so much. I beat him pretty bad in the game. And although I helped him drink all the cups, because I just wasn't drunk enough yet, I'm sorry, it's hard for me to talk about it, but I didn't know, but I was on a collision course that night that would change my life forever. And no, I don't mean as in a car accident or anything like that. I mean I wrecked my life. And it's the one that done the damage. It's the big one. All I did in Iraq and all I seen, nothing prepared me for what I was about to go through. I remember that day like it was yesterday. After me and my brother played liquor pong, we went out on the back deck to go smoke a cigarette. He was pretty drunk at this time. And he fell and he hit his chest on the table. He got back up and he was talking to me still, and I was drunk. I thought he was good. I didn't see the signs. But he wasn't. And he was staggering, so I told him, go lay down and sleep it off. I helped him walk to his girlfriend's room. I helped him lay down. And I went back out and continued to party, and I got blackout drunk that night. I don't remember much after I let him lay down. I remember later that evening, I woke up in his girlfriend's sister's bed. I don't remember how I got there. I couldn't even find all my clothes. I got dressed and I walked out of the apartment that I was in to try to remember where my brother was. Luckily, he was one apartment building over. Well, not luckily. But I went over there and I was knocking on the doors and the windows. Everybody was drunk and passed out. Finally, somebody opened the door. And I asked him, where's my brother? Is he awake? They say, no, he's still asleep. He's in the room with his girlfriend. So I went knocking on their door. Nobody answered. Well, it was time for us to go. You know, we both had work the next morning, everything. It was time to go. So I opened the bedroom door, not knowing what I was going to find. And I flipped on the light and I looked at my brother. And I knew right then and there he was gone. I could see it in his face. He was blue. I touched his body. He felt ice cold. I fell to my knees and I froze. I didn't know what to do. His girlfriend woke up when she heard me crying, and she looked at him, and we called the cops, and they came. And after we got off the phone with the cops, I knew I had to do something that was the hardest thing that I ever had to do in my life. It was to call my family and let them know that my brother was gone. They thought I was joking at first. I wasn't. I carried the guilt of my brother's death for so long, and I still carry part of it. I know that all of the decisions I made that day led to his death. No matter what anybody else says, that's my truth. And it's always going to be my truth. After that, after that day, December 27th, 2014, I don't really know who I was anymore. I still don't. I'm still trying to find who I am, because I've been lost for so long. After my brother's death, I tried to kill myself a few times. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I did. I swallowed pills. I did all kinds of stuff that should have left me dead. For some reason, I kept waking back up. I was never really a very religious man till the day I lost my brother. And it's funny how death does that. How death can make you want to start putting everything into view. And either that does that or it tears the family apart. My brother's death, for me, it made me put everything into view. It made me realize there's a lot more going out there than my life. It let me know that I was just small in this world, and that God controlled everything. My brother, he may have been an alcoholic. He may have been. But that man had the biggest heart out of anybody in this world. He would have given you the last dollar in his pocket and the shirt off his back if you needed it. He was always that kind of person. I looked up to my brother so much growing up. He was one of my best friends, my savior. And that goes back to when we was kids. But that's another story for another day. And believe me, it's a doozy as well. And my brother, he was disappointed in me when I joined the Army. Because I did it when he was in jail. I didn't know that he would take so much offense to it, that it would upset him so much. But it did. And I know that him and my dad are out there watching over me, and I tell them both every day that I love them and I miss them, and that I can't wait for God to take me away from here so that I can see them again. Because all I want to do is talk to my brother and my dad again. Tell them the things I didn't get to before they passed. I've never been one good at sharing my feelings. And I guess that's why I'm doing it this way. This way I know some people are watching But to me, I'm just talking to my phone. I know that some of you out there are going through similar situations. And maybe you feel like there's nothing left. And believe me, I felt like that for so long. But the truth is, we don't decide when we go. My numerous suicide attempts taught me that. When God's ready for us, He will take us. So let's not worry about living and dying. And let's focus on just living. Because some people think that, you know, you got to plan for the future. Everything's about the future. But I'm sorry, everybody, with everything going on, how sure are we even that we got a future? The signs are in front of us. Viruses killing everything. Killer bees. Different strains of that deadly virus that swept this great nation coming to this nation. I mean, really, what's next? If we're always going to start flying out of the sky? Is it going to start flooding again? Or maybe like the scientists are talking about with the magnetic poles from the South and the North Pole, the magnetic fields switching places, causing mass extinction again. I don't know. That's why I'm out here. Because I know that one day my number is going to be called and I'm going to go back home where I belong. Until that day, I'm going to live my life and I'm going to be happy. So when that day does come, I have no regrets. I can say that I enjoyed my life and I did things that I wanted to do, that I've been afraid to do for so long. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm out here doing it. I think I'm going to drive for a while. I want to thank everyone for listening. It wasn't an easy story for me to tell today. But for y'all to know me, y'all have to know where I come from. And the story I told you today is part of where I came from. It's part of what made me who I am right now. If there's anything out there in this world that you want to do, go do it. Grab the bull by the horns and do it. Enjoy your life. Quit putting off for tomorrow what you can do today. Everyone has that choice. Everyone has that freedom. So use it. Once again, thank you for watching my channel. And if you haven't yet, go to the GoFundMe and type in my channel's name, Zach's Wild Journey. You can enter donations because I don't take payments, but donations you can do. And for every $1 donated, that's one entry in the contest. You're allowed to enter as many times as you want to. A random winner will be selected. And they will receive a prize package. If you listen to my earlier channels, you would know what kind of prize package that is. Or not earlier channels, my earlier videos, you would know what kind of prizes I'm talking about. So, everyone, good luck. And I'll see you soon.